How to create the swap partition or swap disk. I'm going to show you both situations. The first situation is going to be a swap partition, which means that it's going to be a portion of a bigger disk. And I'm going to show you also how to use a full disk as a swap disk in a way. Boom. So nowadays, having swap partitions is sometimes is optional. You don't really need to have one, but I'm going to show how to create because sometimes you do need. It's still recommended in many situations. So what you're going to do? Get yourself some root access. You can use sudo or su, but I'm going to use su because I'm going to type many commands as root. So it just kind of makes things a little bit more seamless. But use whatever method you prefer. Next, I'm going to check to see how is my storage. So you can use whatever commands you want. I'm not going to show you here the basics of storage management. If you want to do a video about that, I can do that. Put down in the comments below. So I'm going to use these two disks. They are small disks, but they serve the purpose fine. I have these two disks that are basically being used for nothing. So I'm going to first use the whole disk to be my swap disk. Then I'm going to partition this to create a swap partition. Okay. You can have as many as you want because as you can see here, I already have a swap partition of sorts, but there is no theoretical limits to how many swap partitions you can have. I mean, just trust the process and it should be okay. So to use a full disk, it's probably the simplest way in terms of procedures. The other procedure is not that bad either. So, well, you can follow the exact rules or just work around rules a little bit. First, you need to format. So mkswap, I mean. Okay. Then you just to type dev and you type the whole disk here. And you are basically there. It's recommended that you mark the partition as swap, but in this case, I'm going to skip that. I'm going straight to make it a swap. Now, you can make it temporarily or permanently. Temporarily, just do swapon, and just wait. Before I do that, let's do swapon -s. And you can see, I mean, you cannot see, as you can see, we cannot see where this new one is still not here, but that's normal. It's not still enabled. So swapon -a for activate or activation or something of that kind. Bablamo. So it's there. So if I do df -h or lsblk, it's better. Now I have two swaps there, as you can see. It's looking good. It's basically done, but when you reboot, it will not be activated permanently. So I'm just going to not permanently act automatically. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to the fstab, and I'm going to. I mean, you don't have to do this part. You can just go ahead and do it. But custom swaps. This part is just to look pretty, to be honest. Now, as you can see here, you can just, I mean, reuse this already existing swap. So none swap default 00, and you are off to the races. And if you do swap on -a with nothing else, with just this, it will read the fstab and activate any swaps that are not active. And it was already active, so it's there. I mean, I can do a swap off and just deactivate it just for funsies. It's gone. Now I can do swap on -a, and it's back there because it is on the fstab. So this is how to use a whole disk as your swap disk. So you don't need to specify the size of the swap partition or the swap disk because it's basically the size of the disk. So lsblk, and there we go. It's as big as the disk, so it's a 1 gig swap. So if I do this, it's a 1 gig swap. So it makes total sense, right? Now, a swap partition. Let's say I am unable to use the whole disk here. Let's say I want to I mean, divide this by 2 or something of that kind. So first you need to use your preferred partitioning tool. I'm going to use fdisk just because I am old, and fdisk is the tool I have used forever, but use whatever tool you want. I mean, it's fine. So fdisk/dev and this guy here. I'm going to print, and it's empty. There's nothing there. So new partition. You can use primaries, extended. I'm not going to tell the basics of partitioning in this video. I'm going to use a primary partition. It can be number 1. Start here, and it's going to be a 500 megabytes partition. It's there. Now, you don't have to do this next step. You don't have to do that, but it's kind of nice to do, and it's not recommended, but it's nice. Type. I'm going to type all the methods, all the types. Swap shows here as one of the most common ones. So 82. And no other questions were asked because I have only one partition, so he automatically selected partition 1. If I had multiple partitions, it will ask you which partition you want to change the type. So I'm going to write. Everything's fine. If I go here to LSBLK, you will not see nothing special because it's just a regular normal run-of-the-mill partition. It's this one. Now this to mkswap. And dev. And the thingamajiggy. It's done. Okay, it's fine. Not that different from the previous one. And now I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go to the fstab if you want to make it permanent, which we usually want. And I'm going here to my custom ones. I'm going to paste. And I'm going to be lazy. Not lazy, but save some time. You could make things prettier to get things aligned. Some people are very OCD with this. It's fine. It makes no practical difference. So let's go back to the status. It's not there. I activate. Now it's there, and so on and so forth. Okay, so in this case, I have shown you how to use a whole disk as a swap disk and a partition as a swap partition. So this is quite simple. Just need to have some storage enabled or available. Format it with the format it with the mkswap commands, so it can be formatted with that file system. It's kind of recommended. Well, I don't know if the correct word is recommended, but it's nice to have it marked as a swap partition using fdisk or gdisk or whatever the other tool. I could go back to the other one. I did not mark it, but it's not necessary for most cases. But if you see that you need it, just use your preferred partition editor and mark it as a swap partition, and you should be A-OK and good to go. Format it, mount it on the fstab, or if you don't need it permanently mounted, just to the swapon -A to activate, and you activate. If you reboot, it's not activated anymore, but maybe that's what you want. And that's basically how you create a swap partition or a swap disk. Like, subscribe, hype, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.